secret, and the secret is very wonderful as long as you don't have previous karmic templates in the way in order to be right. Exactly. We know. We know. Well, that's why we can. You see, Natalie. We can. We can condense it because we understand the dynamic so clearly, in other words, it is information that is given to those that are, there's a lot of different voices because there's a lot of different levels of understanding. And so each of you in your own projection gives your own voice, and you attract those people that have a certain dynamic and energetic resonance with you. And that is the system, that is the dynamic of the people that you set up to work with. And yeah, you can say that these are all of them are previous life dynamics, if you're looking at it through a dynamic of linear time. But you can also realize that it is also much more flexible and it is much more malleable than that. The dynamics of the systems that you have set up in the dynamics of your beliefs around reality you've needed to systematize them in certain ways to understand them. But in any of these sorts of dynamics, what you must realize is that you're really just dealing with water. All right, and water doesn't really hold its shape the way you wish it to unless you can achieve a certain level of, in between freezing and heating where the molecules begin to, water is a very magical substance. It is the only substance that can be all the elements. So it is. But that's what emotion is. Emotion is, and as we have said, emotion is the dynamic of your basic energy of creation. So as you are able to take these things and become more masterful with them. Yes, you have a question?
No, I just a factoid, which is
A factoid.
water will ultimately dissolve anything that's on the
And it
planet.
will also reach its own level. There's all sorts of things about water, isn't there? But
Josh, what do you mean when you said water can
you're
be
not Josh.
all? Sorry. I don't know why I did that. So too, why?
All
What did
right.
you mean when you said water can be all the elements? I don't understand that.
Well, you add the dynamic of fire to water and it boils and it turns to mist. It turns to air. Air in the dynamics of the condensation turns to a
Ah,
liquid. Liquid in the dynamic of freezing it, getting below 0 Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit, and it begins to become a solid.
yes. Thank you.
So,
I was thinking the Western reductionistic, the periodic table of elements, not like the
ah,
macro.
yeah, yeah. Well, you are a scientist after all.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for explaining.
No problem. No problem. We're always happy to stop and especially because we can get in on once we get going, it just kind of comes out and you really can't stop us in midstream. Well, maybe you can, but
Was that a pun?
yes, it certainly was. Certainly was. Thank you for noticing.